Hi, so here we have another written response to the Hero Award stimulus. Uh, and to emphasize what I said in the last piece of writing that I gave feedback on, you can see that this one is again about a mum as the hero. So, yeah, it's a very common response. So, it might be a good idea to try and pick a more unique topic for this. All right, so let's look at the heading Hero Award. Uh, it's a little bit generic, right? Try and put in an interesting title for your writing at all times, I think. So the other writing, had a more specific title, and here you would do something like, Marvelous Mum, Miraculous Mum, as I said in the other video. All right, my mum, semicolon, she's one of a kind. All right, that's a very engaging beginning and good use of the semicolon right at the start. She is a professionalist. All right, so even though that is a word, professionalist, it's a little bit obscure. The spelling is not correct. It doesn't have two L's. I'd probably use perfectionist instead, or if we're talking about something like cooking, if you could use a really impressive word that's difficult to spell, connoisseur. All right, a connoisseur is an expert. So she is a professionalist in any type of cooking. She is the smartest teacher ever and is a role model for me. All right, so we've got three good, clear reasons, and they're different enough to be interesting. Most children think that their mothers are wasting their time. All right, so that sentence is a little bit vague because of the use of there and there. All right, so it needs to be rephrased. Most children think that their mothers are wasting whose time, right? You need to be more specific. So most children, you think that the mothers are simply wasting their their valuable time during childhood. Be a little bit more specific. Right, my mother makes my time into gold. Right, I'd use a better verb. It's a good metaphor, but I'd transforms my precious time into golden opportunities. Right, just extend the metaphor a little bit. Right, good start with onomatopoeia. So an engaging start. Only thinking about the delicious creme caramel. There's no need for a comma there. All right, you don't need that. My mum makes. Uh, Leave me in puddles of drool. All right, so this is a very specific example of the subject verb not agreeing. So thinking is the subject, so this needs to be leaves me. Oops, well that didn't come out properly, but yeah, I need to put an S in there. Leaves me in puddles of drool. Now that metaphor is interesting, but it could be refined a little bit, to make leaves me. So you could have some adverb that implies you're enjoying it. Leaves me. What's a See, if you were to do a negative one, it would be something like wallowing in puddles of drool or mired in puddles of drool. Um, Bathing, something like bathing, right? Leaves me bathing in puddles of drool. And probably extend it a bit. Well, you've already said delicious, so maybe use a word like delectable drool. Uh, so yeah, just be aware of the subject-verb agreement. Those are very common errors that children of this age make. All right, only thinking about it leaves me. Can't leave me in puddles. My mum is a master of making delicious. All right, so we're using delicious perhaps a little bit too much. So think about rephrasing that, using different synonyms. Platters of salad and tender meat. Another quality of my mother's cooking is that she can make food of any nation you can name, even French. All right, good to give a very specific example. Uh, since you said French, why not extend that and say even French cuisine, right? Cuisine being the French word that means cooking, basically. All right. Also, uh, my my what? All right. So you need to say there. My mother is a great teacher. Sally uses Mrs. Roberts at school. Sam uses Mrs. Pie, is it, at school? But I use my mum to learn. Alright, so if you're going to mention these people, because the reader has no idea who Sally is and who Sam is and who these teachers are, give more context. Alright, otherwise, don't use that. Just be more generic. Say, most children learn from their teachers. I use my mum to learn. And maybe even use a better verb than use, because use sounds negative. So, I utilize my mum's expertise to learn. My mum teaches me a variety. Great word. All right. Now, things is a word I really hate. Okay, because the reason I hate it, it's really vague. It doesn't have any meaning, right? So why don't we say teaches me a variety of topics, of subjects? Okay, be specific. From how Buddhism was started to how to multiply certain fractions. All right, good. You got a good diversity there. Shows your mum has a wide range of knowledge. She is a teacher like no one else. All right, so perhaps because we've already said teach, you could use another way. She is an educator like no one else. She enlightens me like no one else. She edifies subjects like no one else. All right, you got a whole range of words you could use there. My mum is a very crucial role model in my life. Great word, crucial. She had once done a major operation but still endured all of the pain. Endured's a good word. Through the process without, so that's full stop there. Alright, so this isn't clear the way it's phrased. She had once done a major operation. See, we're not sure. Is she a doctor? Was she a patient? Right, so be clearer. She had once undergone a major operation. Right, or she had once had a major operation done on her. Got to be more clear with that. But still endured all of the pain through the process. Alright, so try and link that more to your own experience. Alright, what does that mean? Does that mean your mum can teach you how to overcome pain and fears? Yeah, I think it does. You go on to say that. So try and link that a little bit more specifically. Without my mum, I would have been extremely scared about life. Alright, that's a nice sentence. Yeah, so you could say a metaphor there. Your mum is the light that helps you navigate the scary labyrinth that life is. Alright, something like, see, it's not really that easy to come up with them automatically. So the thing about making metaphors and using figurative language is you have the germ of an idea. See, I just used a metaphor there myself, a germ of an idea, and you keep cultivating it. You water it, it grows, until you get the flourishing result that you're looking for. So I would continue to keep working on refining that. So when you start talking about emotions, scared, link it to some image. My mum has helped me challenge my fears. Yeah, why not be even stronger? Why don't you say, my mum has helped me overcome my fears. You could even strengthen the fears. She's helped me overcome my formidable fears. Right, so your mum is very formidable then. Right, in conclusion, I have a mother of a special kind. Alright, special, you could possibly refine that word a bit, as special doesn't have much connotation today. In today's language use, special could be good or could be bad, couldn't it? Most mothers are very good. My mother is the best of the best. Alright, it's a very emphatic ending. But the thing is, this conclusion is a little bit too short, I think, okay, in comparison to the other. So what you would want to have at the end of an essay like this is all of the paragraphs to be of about the same length. So this conclusion being too short, you want to add a little bit to it, I think. So sum up your reasons again, right, in your conclusion. And maybe try and finish off with a metaphor, like the best of the best is, what could we, in the pyramid of parents, right? To use alliteration on that, upon the pyramid of parents, my mother sits at the pinnacle, right? And then I've done alliteration, and I've got a few fancy words in there, pinnacle. So do make the conclusion longer than that. Alright, stands out too much when it's so brief like that. Alright, so overall this was pretty good, I thought. Just remember to go with a more specific title, a more engaging title. Be precise when you use pronouns. Enhance your metaphors, refine your metaphors. Be wary of repeating the same vocabulary too much. Don't use the word things, alright, be specific. Make your verb use fit the context, alright, when it's positive, use a positive verb. Again, be be specific with what's going on, okay? Make sure your sentence is syntactically correct. Strengthen word choices. Alright, so this is why you should always proofread. I think you should allow yourself some time to proofread so you can improve things. Yeah, special, yeah, doesn't have a great deal of connotation. Alright, but overall a pretty good response, I thought.